Hey, what's up everyone? You've heard the term, maybe seen it trending on Twitter, the 25th Amendment. Sounds like a dusty old law, right? But trust me, this one is the nuclear option of American politics. It's the ultimate break glass in case of emergency protocol for the White House. Think about it. The President of the United States. They hold arguably the most demanding job in the world. But what happens when that person, the one with the nuclear codes, the one who signs the bills, literally can't do their job? Maybe they're having a medical procedure. Maybe they're recovering from an injury. Or maybe things get really messy. Before 1967, the answer was basically, good luck. It was vague, it was incomplete, and it was a recipe for chaos. Today, we're diving into the 4 sections of the 25th Amendment, why it was created, and how it's been used, or almost used, in some of the wildest moments in U.S. history. The need for this amendment is honestly wild. Take the original Constitution. It said if the president died, the VP takes over. Simple. But what about everything else? 1841. President William Harrison dies. VP John Tyler takes over. But Harrison's cabinet tries to call him the Vice President Acting President. Tyler basically said, "Nah, I'm the president now." And Congress eventually agreed. It was a power struggle built on pure assumption. 1919. President Woodrow Wilson has a massive stroke. His wife Edith and his doctor basically ran the country in secret, hiding his condition from the public and Congress. The U.S. was functionally headless. That's a scary thought. But the true wake-up call was 1963, the assassination of John F. Kennedy. It highlighted the terrifying possibility of losing both the president and the vice president. Or what happens if the new president now doesn't have a VP? Less than 2 years later, Congress was debating a solution. By 1967, the 25th Amendment was ratified. Let's break down its 4 key sections. This is the most straightforward part. If the president dies or resigns, the vice president becomes president. No more power struggles, no more acting titles. They are the president. Think of it. Richard Nixon resigning and Gerald Ford immediately taking the oath of office. Clean. This section solved a huge problem. Before, if the VP spot was empty, it just stayed empty until the next election. Not anymore. If the vice presidency is vacant, the president nominates a new VP, who must be confirmed by a majority vote in both the House and the Senate. This section was used twice back-to-back in the 70s. Agnew resigned, Nixon nominated Ford. Then Nixon resigned, Ford became president, and then Ford nominated Rockefeller. This is for the planned stuff. If the president knows they're going to be temporarily incapacitated, like for a surgery, they send a written declaration to the Speaker of the House and the President pro tempore of the Senate. The VP immediately becomes acting president. The president isn't replaced. They're just on pause. When the president is good to go, they send another letter. This has been used a few times. Reagan used it for a surgery. George W. Bush used it twice for routine colonoscopies. Gotta love that stability. All right, buckle up. This is the big one, the most controversial. Section 4 is how a president can be forcibly removed from their duties for incapacity. It's complicated, and for good reason. It's a massive step. It requires 1. The vice president, 2. And a majority of the cabinet, or a designated body, to declare in writing that the president is unable to perform their duties. The VP immediately becomes acting president, but the president can fight back. They can send a written declaration saying, "I'm fine, I'm back." Here's the catch. If the VP and the cabinet disagree within 4 days, it goes to Congress. Congress then has 21 days to vote. It takes a 2/3 majority in both the House and the Senate to keep the president removed. That is a huge hurdle. It's designed to be difficult. Section 4 has never successfully been invoked, but it's come close. 1981. When President Reagan was shot, his team prepared the Section 3 paperwork, but they never signed it. It shows how close we came to a VP stepping in. The late 80s. There were reports that some staff were concerned about Reagan's attentiveness late in his second term and considered Section 40s, though no formal action was taken. We now know he was later diagnosed with Alzheimer's disease. More recently, during Donald Trump's administration, Section 4 was brought up multiple times, especially around the January 6th events. But remember that threshold: 2/3 of Congress. The 25th Amendment is not a political tool to remove a president you simply disagree with. It's about incapacity. It is designed to protect the stability of the office and our democracy by making sure there's always a leader, but only if the situation is dire and provable. So there you have it, the 25th Amendment. It's the essential safety net for presidential succession. It ended decades of confusion, uncertainty, and sketchy backroom governance. It's been used to confirm vice presidents, and it's allowed presidents to take a legitimate medical break. And while Section 4 is the headline grabber, its high bar for invocation is a crucial guardrail for our democratic process. What do you think? Is Section 4 too hard to invoke? Or is that high threshold absolutely necessary to protect the presidency? Let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe for more content breaking down the rules of power, and hit that notification bell. Thanks for watching.